So what's bringing you in today?
I'm really tired and really nervous about, I'm driving to Chicago Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of nervous because I have a lot to do now between then. And I know I'll get everything done, but I think by the time it comes Friday when it's time to drive, I haven't even been able to process that I'm nervous for the drive, and I'm just worried about that.
What about the drive makes you nervous?
Recently when I've been going on road trips, I've driven with friends or my boyfriend or my sister, and or my parents or my brother and everyone else. I'm never the driver. I think it's because I don't like driving at all. It makes me really scared. I've had a panic attack when I've been on the road before, and I had to pull into a gas station and kind of like check my heart rate. I bought a Gatorade. I for some reason thought a Gatorade would cure my panic attack, but whatever. I still continue the drive after. But I don't know. Since then, if I'm going with others, someone offers to drive because they know I don't like driving. But this time, my cousin is driving from St. Louis to meet me in Chicago, and we're meeting up with my sister. And I'm driving from Bloomington, so I don't really have I don't have a ride, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you don't really drive by yourself.
Correct.
You get very nervous driving by yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't like driving at all.
Yes. I think I don't mind driving if it's around town. Go to the store, go to the gym, go to class or work, whatever. For some reason, that doesn't scare me at all. But it's the long period of time on a highway where everyone's going 70 miles an hour that scares me.
Yeah, so highway driving is stressful.
Very, very
especially by yourself.
Yeah, and I think the funny thing is in September, I actually did drive to Indy, and someone was in the car with me, and that was fine because someone was with me. So if I got nervous about making a turn on the GPS, I had someone to help me out.
Yeah. Has there ever been a time tell me about a time when you drove by yourself, kind of a longer trip bigger than just driving around town, when you weren't nervous about it?
I think it wasn't last summer, but it was the summer before that. So maybe 2 years ago. I was living in Tennessee, and my parents had just moved there, and I didn't have any friends in Tennessee because all my friends I made in college or from my hometown in Evansville. And I made the drive to Indianapolis, a little bit outside of Indianapolis, Lebanon, Indiana, to see my friend McCara. And that was 7 hours, and I did it all by myself. And I wasn't nervous. I don't know why.
Nothing about that trip was different?
I think it was knowing that when I got there, I was going to have a really good time. I was visiting her to kind of hang out at her lake house, and then we went to a Florida Georgia Line concert together. And I think I wanted so badly what I was doing that weekend that the 7-hour drive didn't faze me. And I reminded myself, I've done long drives before. Because I have. I used to drive from Bloomington to Evansville all the time and not even thinking about it. But for some reason, this 4-hour drive to a city outside Chicago is stressing me out.
So, if we fast forward a time, and it's Friday, and you've made it to the city outside of Chicago, you're with your sister, tell me what that's like for you, that whole everything you're going to do with your sister, how you feel now that you've made it.
I think I'm going to be proud of myself. I'm going to be so happy that it was over and that I did it and that I realized, hey, I haven't done something like this in maybe 2 years and I just did it, I think I'm going to feel proud. I think I'm going to be happy that I made it alive and not in a crash. I think I'm also going to be happy that I got over such a silly, stupid fear that doesn't make any sense because I've seriously done this before, but for some reason I'm just worried about it. Mm-hmm. And then I think we're going to go to dinner and eat with my sister and my cousin, and it's just going to be so happy, and I think I'm going to wish that I had the courage to do drives like this more often. Mm-hmm. And not rely on others to drive me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice, so kind of empowering, kind of relieving, and kind of joyous.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly how I would feel if once I'm there in Chicago and all of the schoolwork's completed and I can have fun. Yes, that's how it will feel.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking forward to feeling that way?
Absolutely. I think I need it. It's been a very long week. I just actually got back from a road trip, so yeah. It'd be my second road trip in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, third.
Yeah. But your first one by yourself.
Yes, it'd be my first one by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That'll be nice.
Yeah. It sounds like it's going to be pretty rewarding for you.
Absolutely, and I think it'll be even more rewarding to come back from the trip and finally relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to check in next week about how this road trip went for you?
Yes, I think I would feel a lot better if I was able to kind of talk about it and maybe talk about why I was scared and then kind of prove, like, hey, there's no reason to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, then I'll see you next week.
Thank you.